People of the internet, it is official. Hogwarts Legacy has just confirmed a huge update coming to the game later this summer. Now, as exciting as this all is, there's some good news, some bad news, and then maybe a little bit of expectation setting that we need to go through here. By now, you guys surely already know that Hogwarts Legacy has been confirmed as the best-selling game of the year, even outselling Call of Duty. And for anyone who says, no, Baldur's Gate or Zelda, we don't have official numbers on either of those. So until we get them, and until we can say, hey, they did actually outsell Hogwarts Legacy, the crown will remain with Legacy. Regardless, whether it was first, second, or third, Legacy was incredibly successful and sold a ton of copies. And of course, so many of those owners have been left asking, okay, what's next? I love this game. I want more. What do you have for me next, Avalanche? There was that quote that had been circulating around for a while saying they didn't have DLC planned at this time. And while I would hesitate to call this a DLC, since the details are kind of murky, we don't know everything just yet, what we do know for sure is that more Hogwarts Legacy, new Hogwarts Legacy content is coming, and it's coming this year. As we near the 1-year anniversary of Hogwarts Legacy, we wanted to let our community know that the Hogwarts Legacy PlayStation exclusive content will be available on other platforms later this summer, along with additional updates and features for the game. Stay tuned in the coming months for more details on what's coming to Hogwarts Legacy this year. So the bad news right there is that a lot of people actually were expecting February was when we were going to see the Haunted Hogsmeade quest launch on Xbox and PC. And possibly even the Switch. Who knows? I wouldn't expect it if I was a Switch owner, but it is at least one possibility that we have to consider. Now, if you aren't familiar with the Haunted Hogsmeade quest, don't worry. I'm going to show a little bit of it here, but no major spoilers. It is widely recognized as being one of the best missions in the game, one of the longer missions in the game, and clearly a standout piece of the overall game. So if you haven't gotten to experience that yet, I would absolutely make sure you look forward to that one. I would expect it will be free. There's nothing in here about any kind of pricing. Of course, it was already included on the PS5 and PS4 versions of the game. It was simply a matter of PlayStation paying enough to have some sort of exclusive content on their system. Now, while I'm so excited for everyone to finally be able to experience that mission, I really can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. For me, the most exciting part is the what comes next. The line, along with additional updates and features for the game. Now, does this mean DLC? Because I know that's where everybody's mind is immediately going to go to. And especially these days with us seeing so many add-ons and additions to games, how do we even define DLC at this point, right? So I'll tell you guys what I'm expecting, and I always like to be clear to you guys when I'm putting purely my speculation hat on. So that is the territory we're entering right now. This is nothing official. I haven't heard any rumors or anything behind the scenes. This is purely just me sharing with you guys what I would expect based on the language here, updates and features for the game. Personally, I am not expecting some sort of major story expansion. At least not for this right here. I do think that's still a possibility at some point down the road. But for this summer update, my biggest expectation is that we're going to be seeing some quality of life updates that fans have been asking for basically since the game launched. Things like a photo mode, possibly a new battle arena. Also, what about bringing crossed wands back? How about we make it a permanent thing where we can just keep dueling against people in the game, or even Summoner's Court, bring that back as well. Things like that are already in the game, I think those would absolutely be great things that they could add in a free update. And who knows, maybe we even get something like a new vivarium or a couple of new creatures added. But the biggest one that I am really holding out hope for is a new Game Plus mode. This game has resonated strongly with so many people, and as a result of that, one of its biggest criticisms has been that people actually want to spend more time with it. They run out of content, and New Game Plus is, I'm not going to say it's an easy way. I'm not a developer. I don't know how much actually goes into making something like that happen. But let's just say I think it's one of the easier things for developers to add after the fact in games. Now, even though they're being very vague with the language right now, there is precedent for games just stealth dropping incredible DLCs for free that no one was expecting. Of course, they've said we're going to hear more about this in the coming months, so maybe possibly a trailer showcasing everything that we're going to get. And I don't want to hype it up too much, man, but I do feel like there's at least going to be one sort of surprise, something big that we're not really expecting. Again, I'm not going to say like a full-on new story DLC with all these extra missions, but one thing we have talked about so many times with this game and the developers Avalanche Software is just how much they care about this community, how much they care about this wizarding world. So I have zero doubt that they have been watching and listening to all the videos, all the theories, all the speculation, all the wants and desires of people, everything that people want to see added to the game, I guarantee you they have heard all of them. Are they going to be able to incorporate every single one of them? No, definitely don't expect that. But again, I think there's something in my gut that tells me there's going to be a little bit of a surprise with this update. Maybe something that we wouldn't even know to expect at this point. For example, I don't think anyone saw the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC coming, a roguelite addition to the game, which they released out of nowhere for free and almost had it kind of serve as an epilogue for the game. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't played it, but it was just way more than fans were expecting, and I heard really nothing but good things about the Valhalla DLC. I've also talked many times on this channel about that Ghost of Tsushima DLC, the DLC that added, oh man, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it to try and get people hyped up for something that may not happen. But in the context of Ghost of Tsushima, they added a cooperative multiplayer mode. Again, don't use that and say, oh, Hogwarts Legacy's adding multiplayer. They have been very clear from the beginning about, hey, this is a single player game. But the reason I bring it up here is it's something that nobody would have really expected for Ghost of Tsushima. And I kind of think we're going to get something like that with Hogwarts Legacy, something that we just can't even possibly know right now. And I'll even give you an example within the context of Hogwarts Legacy itself. The whole Vivarium system and everything that you could do inside of those is something that I would have never speculated about or expected to be in the final game. When they announced that and revealed that, I was just completely shocked and blown away that they would go to that length to include something that they knew would resonate with fans, but maybe something that we just had no idea or expectation of at all. But what do you guys think? What are you expecting to see in this DLC? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with all the latest news in the wizarding world, a top-level WB executive has actually dropped a major tease for future Harry Potter games. Yeah, that's right, games, plural. Check that one out next. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.